Please call it up by the angel. I know exactly what goes on.
Q without the E got its name actually because that was normally how it works, and like it still works like this. Is like we'll have the songs that'll have like working titles, and then we'll just wait until the last possible minute to give them a name. So we were doing a short run with a band called Rival Schools, and we were at the 40 Watt Club in Athens, Georgia. He had a whole joke that went with it, but the whole thing was like, "Oh, nope, you're cut from the team." And then he just said it so much that after a while that it started to like stick in my brain. Why can't I feel anything from anyone other than you?
Yeah.
That was John's line actually. That and Great Romances were like some like the first two that had these kind of like big sing-along moments that we weren't expecting, or like when we're playing it live, you know, it like it becomes its own thing. Like it's not ours, it's not anybody's. And it's like, you know, you feel almost like you're floating 10 feet off the floor in those moments. I do. So for the video we made for the song Soul, that was our drummer Mark's idea. The way that we approached it and the way that we approached the songs was similar to I feel like how we would have approached things when we were just coming up, you know. And so another big part of that time for us was Long Island itself. You know, that's where all the other guys are from, and that's where we were cutting our teeth, as they would say. And so we wanted to, I mean, you know, try to represent that. I remember over the years, like asking, like, man, like, is there still like a scene like there was like for us, you know? Because like it for a long time it didn't feel like there was.
Yeah.
But then kind of once we were introduced, like we can, like there's so many parallels that you can just see now. And then so it like felt real nice to reconnect. It's in the first verse of the song, and I say I'm one of God's great creatures, and then that line specifically because it just kind of came out when we were trying different ideas, and I remember like a month or two later going to John, hey man, do you think it's okay that I'm singing this? Because it's just a funny thing to say in a song, I think. And then of course the next line is in science never lies, it only learns. So I think it was the juxtaposition of those two things that helped it to work. Because then I went on this little trip in my brain singing like, oh man, what if that was just the chorus to a song, and the whole chorus is just singing about how you're one of God's great creatures. That would be pretty fun. Decade Under the Influence. That one was know what's funny about that one is that it was like halfway done, right? We had an acoustic thing coming up, and so we're like, let's just try this, just play this. And then so we finished it right before we went in to do this acoustic thing, and then played it immediately. I don't know if we did it well or not, but I remember that's how it happened. And that it was years later to where I'm pretty sure that I ripped the line, I got a bad feeling about this. I'm pretty sure I ripped that from Star Wars, but didn't realize it till way later. And when my friend Emma pointed it out to me, and then it's like, oh, I think you're right. Nobody tell George Lucas. Make Damn Sure was when that one came together. I think that, and it's like really rare to where everyone is kind of responding in the same way, like in the band. But that one, once it came together, that was the one where we just kind of looked at each other like, oh my God, I think we're onto something here. And then I didn't realize also about that song till later, just how kind of, like it's a lot creepier, like, hey kid, get in the van, like kind of creepy than I intended it. And I didn't realize at the time, it wasn't until later to where, because I'm saying like the chorus, you know, like I'm like, I just want to break you down so badly. And that's kind of a thing to want to do to somebody, right? I'm just singing, practically yelling like, you won't ever get too far from me, like that. And then like, that's kind of like real stalkery. I didn't realize it. Our buddy Neil Rubenstein, he has a comedy special on YouTube, which everybody should check out. You get an opportunity. It's really funny. But he was a big part in that song. And he's on the record. His voice in the bridge. Yeah, and like looking back, it was just basically like we were like workshopping ideas together. That's what people would call it now. We didn't know that was a thing at that time, though. We were kids. And then two, like there's some real hypnotic about that song when I think about it, because John's playing that like it's like cool, just kind of get lost in it, you know, and then it kind of helps to like support your head.